also what time of the day it is, where you're tuning in from. Right now, I'm in Los Angeles, California. Those of you that know me, San Diego. Sorry, corrected. San Diego. Whoa. I'm outside of my element. But I'm joined here today with a good friend of mine, also business partner, business mentor. You may know him as the biblical success coach, Mr. James Zhang. But we are actually in a very special place today. I'm actually in his new baller crib.
Yeah.
They just moved in. But James, appreciate you taking the time to hop on this live with me. And
Absolutely.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, bro.
Awesome.
I'm excited that you were able to do this. And if you guys are watching, whether on Sean's page, you're ready to connect, you're with the Vision Ninja right here. So I'm telling you, follow Sean, everything that he does, because this guy's going places. And if you're on my side, great to see you. Let me know where you're coming in as well too, and everything. And I hope this is working out. Actually, I was telling Sean I'd envisioned in this home, my most exciting part about this house was honestly this room. And I'd envisioned this type of an interview setup, and this is so janky and stuff like that. But you're the first one to come to our house outside of our family. You're the first one to do an interview like this as well too. And as we were concluding our time together, I told Sean, I'm like, we got to take advantage of this opportunity, and we got to talk about everything, So something's coming up.
Yes.
And maybe tell your audience what's going on right now.
Man, there's a lot of things that are moving right now, but one thing in particular that I'm super excited about, as you guys know, I've dropped in my stories throughout this past week or so, that there's a lot of things that are shaking now in Southern California for me. And I'm so excited to bring that to you guys and instill more value to my audience. And those of you that are going to be following either myself or James, if you're not already, please do, because what we're about to do, we genuinely feel like it's just going to offer so much inspiration, value, of course, but belief in every single person that's going to be watching our content. Because we came from a place that maybe you're going through something right now and feel stuck, feel lost, feel like success is really far out of your reach. But the one thing I'm super excited about is that actually in this very location, next month, there is going to be an event called the Warrior Movement Experience.
Yes.
And I'm so excited because, as you know, this being the founder of the Warrior Movement Experience, and I've been so fortunate enough to co-sign this ride with him it's something that, for me, I didn't think that this was going to evolve to what it's become currently now, to where this idea started about 2.5 years ago. But I guess I want to throw it back to you, James.
Yeah.
Like the Warrior Movement Experience, why was it started?
Yeah.
And let's just go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. And the Warrior Movement was born out of a personal struggle. And I believe every single one of us, we have a story to tell. And the best way to be able to transform someone else's life, or the best person to transform someone else's life, is someone that's been there before as well too. And as you know, but your audience may not know, we were in a place where we were high on life. We got the dream home, the dream cars, the dream life. We had a crazy cool life and everything, but shiz happens,
Facts.
And I went from being top of the food chain to being broke and broken, depressed for a whole year. And through that journey of figuring out who I was and how to be able to rebuild myself, I realized if you build your body first, your mind, your spirit, and then you build it into your business. This is what we've seen. We talked about this earlier today is we coach entrepreneurs. We help people build businesses from their phones. And you can give people all the systems in the world, but if they're not confident, we call it the inner warrior within you. If they're not building themselves as people, it doesn't matter if they have all the systems. And you know this, Sean, like in the Warrior Movement, we literally have the best training systems. Literally, if you follow step by step by step, you can build a business anywhere from the world to make whatever that you want. But maybe someone here is going through that and you're wondering, like, I want to do more, but why am I not doing more? Well, work on you. You will never have what you do, who you are not. So being comes before the do, and then do leads to the have. So when I was going through that journey, it was weird because I knew all the business skill sets, but I was just like self-sabotaging. I was just like, man, I can't do this. And I started to build my body, mind, spirit. And then my business started to flourish. And through that journey was born this thing called the Warrior Movement, which is now what this experience is about. So our mission is to help entrepreneurs to be able to develop their inner warrior in body, mind, spirit. We're going to have workshops, we're going to have events. It's going to be an inclusive thing. we're pumped because it's going to be the first one of its kind here. And that's what we're having in our house. In fact, outside of Sean and outside of our own family, the first people that are going to be in our house are going to be those at the Warrior Movement Experience. We're pumped about that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
And, for me personally, again, I know I've been putting out a lot of insights through my content on the Warrior Movement, especially these last few weeks. But I know for myself, it's impacted me a lot. And it's just in a tremendous way, being that I was somebody that came from also going through a lot of trauma, self-doubt, was feeling lost, didn't think that I was going to be able to amount to the types of successes that I watched growing up as a kid, and being able to, take something and make it my own, versus seeing so many of my own peers being so successful. So shout out to all my friends that are doing your thing and just crushing it and getting into the next stages of your life, your chapter right now. But I feel like this is something that's going to, as you said, James, like the purpose of the event, right? Being able to inspire and impact so many different types of people from so many different types of backgrounds and ages and everything. I guess to throw it back to you, being that you were the initial thought creator on this. We had one last year. It was the first inaugural Warrior Movement experience out in Hollywood. So if you were a part of it, you know what's up. But I know that this one's going to hit on a different note. Last one was great, but this one in particular, I know is going to be, it's going to elevate itself.
Yes.
And I want to throw it to you. Like, what are your thoughts on why you feel so strongly that this time around the Warrior Movement experience is going to be that much more epic?
Last time was born because honestly, we were tuning into a virtual online event and we said, how do we make it more fun? So we brought people together and we watched this virtual event together, which was awesome. But this one is choreographed by us because we know what our people need. We know what you need to be able to break through, to unleash that inner warrior. So it's going to be handcrafted. We're going to be going through workshops on body, mind, business, and spirit, everything. We have special guests. We have the area manager of, I don't even know what he is now. It's like, seriously, sorry, Cam, if I forgot. He just changes titles all the time.
President of the world.
President of the world, pretty much. I think he should just be called the president because there is no president right now, to my knowledge. But we're having top level entrepreneurs, top level coaches, and just having our goal is that people walk out transformed. And events create an experience. We love Zoom and we love online and everything, but there's something about being belly to belly. There's something about making that commitment to go out somewhere. You drove down here from LA today. That was a commitment in itself. And you're flying back from Hawaii as well too, So, I want to ask you, even being here today, and we're not even doing an event, our house is still being put together. But how do you even feel just being here today?
Well, first, I appreciate, you and Becky hosting me in the midst of your transition. And I know you guys are super busy getting things ready for this event, but also just for you guys entering in this next step. And again, I know James briefly touched upon it earlier, but if you guys haven't heard his story yet on where he was 5-6 years ago, definitely tune into his Instagram, his Facebook, his content. I feel like this story, when you hear it, like, no matter where you are right now, if you feel like you've lost it all, you can always get it back. And James and Becky's story, like, it's a testament to that, But to go back to your question, James, like for me, I think to myself, like, I just got to be a part of events because it brings a certain type of energy. And those of you that know me, I always say energy is my currency because when I'm surrounded by positive, yes, motivational, yes, inspirational, I like to phrase it now. It brings out a lot of your inner essence of what you already have, right? And it just heightens it to a whole new level. So I know for me, being a part of the Warrior Movement experience last year, but not only myself, also had some teammates of mine that were a part of that event, and you know who you are. Seeing the type of breakthrough that it had for all of our teammates, of course, but for me personally, the belief, the understanding that I was the X factor. I had everything that I already needed in order to progress myself to the next levels that I wanted for me personally. I know that it can do that for anybody that is at this event. So that is why I know that this time around, this year, in literally just a few weeks, the War Movement Experience is going to be able to do that for so many on levels that words alone, even on this live right now as we're speaking to you, won't do it justice. You just need to be there. It's like going to a concert. You know, you go to a concert, you feel a certain type of way. Like just imagine if you listen to Rihanna singing, right, busting those vocals, you know, or whoever that it is that you want to see live in concert. You're moved in a certain way. Imagine going to a BTS concert, the energy you feel off of that. Well, that's the War Movement Experience here for your personal, entrepreneurial, spiritual, physical, you know, everything that involves around that. You got to be there. You got to tap into that.
There we go. So you got a sneak peek today. So how do you feel now, as you've been here for a little bit, as we've just been chatting? What are your feelings and emotions now?
I mean, it was already pretty like fired up driving down here. But now I just know like this is the only feeling that I want to feel because of everything that's going to be built around it. Not just for me or even just for James. It's literally everybody that we're working with and the people that we will be in connection to from this point moving on. We literally are changing people's lives for the better. And I know I might say that a lot through my content, or even if you follow James, you hear him talk about this all the time. Whatever that it is that you're looking to do, know that what we have going on here, I know for a fact it can help you. Just be a part of it. Like, just don't take our word for it. Don't just read our content like, oh yeah, they're talking about the war movement, this and that. Like, there's a reason why we're doing it. You know, because we genuinely know and we feel like this is something that's going to change the lives of millions. Don't believe, just watch.
Exactly.
Don't believe, just watch.
1000%, man. Dude. Well, hey guys, if you're watching Sean's content right now and you're curious about what's going on, or if you're watching my stream as well too, and you're like, what's this warrior movement thing? What's this warrior movement experience? Is that for me? If you're in a place in your life right now where you're like, I want something more. I want to make more income. I want to make more impact. I want to be around a tribe that gets me, that feels me, that's inclusive, but is a tribe of winners, a tribe of people that are really taking to the next level, that are really fulfilling your potential. I'm biased because we created this together, but there's no better place than here. And one thing that I've learned is and we were talking about this in how we make decisions now. We talked a lot about mindset. We're going to dive into that, into the war movement experience. But if you have an emotion right now, if you have this pull right now, this stir in your heart, if you have this feeling of, man, I want that. Successful people, they make decisions quickly and they change them slowly. And the way they make them is based off of purely what they want. So if you're hearing this right now, you're like, I'm loving this. I'm vibing with this. I love it. Awesome. What I recommend, reach out to Sean or reach out to me if you're on my page as well too. Ask about what this is, because the silliest question is not the one that is asked. It is the one that is not asked. So many times, if you ask the question, it will open doors for you. But we just want to leave it out there right now for you to be able to take proactivity on that. If you knock on doors, they will be open for you. And this might be one door that will absolutely transform your life. We saw it last year. We're going to see it this year as well too. And I can't wait, because this thing's going to be fire.
Absolutely.
For sure.
You heard it. You heard it from the man himself. But with that, we just wanted to hop on real quick because this is moving fast and we know that this event is going to get tapped out. And we just want to make sure that we included you guys. So when all this stuff starts to happen, we just don't want you to say, well, how come I wasn't invited? You got your invite right now. And the one thing I would like to leave you guys with too off of this live is just act. Like James said, if you're feeling a certain type of emotion right now, you're feeling like there's a voice inside your head that's calling to be like, you know what, I need to shift into something different. I want this year to be different, but I just haven't found what it is that can help me get to where I want to be. Why not start here? Because it was for me, just like how it was for so many others. So tap in, don't wait, and I'll be waiting for your messages.
Let's go. All right, guys.
Sweet.